start your week by installing your game plan.
Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Patriots take over. Out now come the Patriots as they are led out by their quarterback, a former MVP of the National Football League back in 2015, Cam Newton.
Well, we've had that bittersweet week of the NFL season, haven't we? The last week of the regular season, Week 17. Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game?
Well, he's got to make a strong impression here in the final week. It's an interesting race. My MVP ballot is at the top of my email right now, and I'm not voting until we've seen all the games here today.
I like that. I respect a man that waits until the season is over, doesn't turn it in early. I think if he has a big game here and gets a little bit of help, maybe other guys don't play as well, he's got a great shot. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Open man is Myers. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
How about to start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A throw by Newton going to be caught by Harry. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And as these guys enter play in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action. It's Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive #1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
But you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
4 yards on
the numbers for White a week ago. 18 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Six yards left on second down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
First down, here's White. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
11 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
Sam Darnold sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And now the Pats' leading rusher the past 2 seasons is Sony Michel. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
29-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now this throw caught left side and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Newton. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
The score, Patriots 10,
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
On the return, the Jets take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He'll buy some time right. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Going deep now for Herndon. It got his man complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Throw complete to Herndon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A gain of 5.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin in Orchard Park, an AFC East matchup between Miami and Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they lead the visiting Packers at halftime. Nick Foles, 3 first-half touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Drew Brees at it again, 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now White. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Ballantyne to return. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At their own 30.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the left side, a catch by White. That catch good for only a couple.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down. Newton to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A throw over the middle taken in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brings up third down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete.
Newton's pass.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Good. Makes the score Patriots 27, Jets nothing.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or in this case, a field goal.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Ballantyne to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. That is into the hands of Perriman. Touchdown, Jets. Brashad Perriman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. And he's caught. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off. as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate.
It's a gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Newton on first down. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And it's a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the draw play. This is White. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Let's go, Mike, 53, Mike.
Here's Newton. Over the middle, it's Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
2-yard line.
On first down, it's White. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Incomplete.
Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Here's Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Down left side on the swing pass. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Demir Bird with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Play brings up 3rd.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground with White. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
For the Patriots.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for White. White's got a 1st down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments.